Hello and welcome to another episode of the Footy Social. You might remember Ryan, he's been on a couple of times. Maybe, I think your last stint was on the Premier League predictions last year, where we had Boyd talking about Villa, as he always does. Luckily there's no Boyd today, so there's no Villa bias at all, so don't worry about that. But we are going to be...
There's many Villa players at the World Cup anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to be doing our World Cup predictions, all like the top goal scorer and stuff. Dan will talk you through that later. We've also got a little bit of like a quiz lined up, if you could call it that, and we'll get to that later. But first of all, you should see on the screen just below us on the thing, we've got all the groups. We're going to select that. We'll get to that in a minute. But before, boys, are we all looking forward to this World Cup? I know I am. I think if you could pick 3 supporters of a club who need a break from watching their team play, it's probably Wolves, West Ham and Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be so different, isn't it? It's going to be completely different having a winter, and there's going to be, in the first game of the group stage, there's going to be about 25 injuries, isn't there? Everybody's going to be dropping. They're already dropping like flies now. So hopefully we'll actually have a decent tournament where all the good players stay fit, but you never know with the quick turnaround. I mean, the first game's in a week? It's less than that actually, it's about 6 days.
Well, our first game is a week today, we'd have played our first game. So yeah, a week today is until the England game. Thoughts on England, Ryan? How far do you think we can go? I mean, we're going to be doing it as a group in a minute.
As I say, I'm sure we'll see, but I'm not that confident.
I don't think anybody.
Maybe.
Do you reckon a quarter-finals exit?
I think quarters is the best we'll get, if I'm honest.
I think if you have like the best team winning the group and finishing second, then we'll play France in the quarters, who would probably beat us.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not how it's going to go for us, because it never goes like that. So we're not going to be doing that. We might do our England team, although our England 11 maybe. But we haven't.
Although it doesn't really change much to what we predicted.
No, but Ryan's new, so he didn't do his last time, so he can do his. So, should we start off with?
I think we start off with our player predictions, which will then lead into why some of us want to make our choices for the knockouts. So, I mean, let's go for the big one straight away. The Golden Ball, the player of the tournament. I mean, there's only one name.
It's Golden Ball player of the tournament.
I think that's what they call it, the Golden Ball. Yeah. So I think there's only one name for me. It is Lionel Messi. I mean, he's just Messi, isn't he? That's all you need to say about it.
Yeah, I think if Messi steps up, which, I mean, there's no reason why
he's
he won't.
Been unbelievable form this year. He's been Ballon d'Or form this year.
Yeah.
I know it's only in the French league, but Champions League as well. He's been, I mean, Juventus, he was playing, again, they're not a very good team, but yeah, he's doing it in the Champions League this season, which is different to last year. And obviously you've got other names in there like Neymar. He's probably...
I think whoever wins it, their talisman will win the Golden Ball. Yeah. So Brazil win it, Neymar, Argentina, Messi, France, Mbappe, England, Harry Kane, probably do something like that. Yeah. Ryan, I'll come to you next.
Might allude to something further on, but I think Neymar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Neymar is my Golden Ball winner.
Yeah.
He does seem to step up for Brazil more than he does for PSG.
Oh yeah. And he's not, I mean, he's won a couple of coppers and he's scored a lot of goals for them, but he's never really done anything in the World Cup. That sort. I know he got into a final, but I suppose he got injured in like the quarters.
One, yeah, he gets
that one,
and then he got injured.
Was it Belgium that knocked him out 4 years ago, and so he's not done much in the World Cup. So it's his time, I think.
It's his legacy game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
this is it. Like he moved to PSG to make a name for himself in these sort of places. Now, he hasn't won a Champions League with PSG, he's failed at that, but if he wins a World Cup for Brazil, he hasn't won a World Cup in 20 years, which, to be fair, for Brazil, it's an underperformance.
Yeah, true.
I
think for me, as someone who is not a huge Neymar fan, Dan knows, I think if he wins his World Cup for Brazil, then I think that pushes him to...
It kind of indicates his move, even though he hasn't done it in a PSG shirt. Me putting him on that pedestal. Because at the moment, I would say, personally, that his career, not necessarily his ability, but his career has been a little bit overwhelming. When he left Barcelona, he's had some great performances, but I would have liked to see more of him, and on the international stage is where I think we will see that. But I'm going to go for someone different from both of you. It's hard to look away from Lionel Messi, but I'm trying to go for someone else. I think that
I think Croatia might have another good World Cup.
Oh, I'm the complete opposite. I'm the complete opposite. I mean, I
Do
don't
you
want to
think?
spoil it, but I think they're going out in the groups.
Do you think?
I mean,
think
it's
they're
the
gonna have
exact
another
same
World Cup.
squad as 4 years ago. They're all 4 years older. And they
Very
were
old.
already old. They were
Yeah.
already an old squad. I'm thinking complete opposite to you. So
I know,
I'm assuming you
If
would
you're,
then
if you're
be
about
Modric or
Modric, I
something
think you're
like
mad, yeah.
that. Yeah.
My other one is Belgium. Again,
Oh,
they're-
again.
could be
God,
so-
again,
so
I think they're
overrated.
going out in the groups.
I just
Ooh.
Well, maybe not.
They're in the same
group, yeah.
that's why I'm thinking. I think that group. I've looked at the when I've done this before on my own, and I've always had Belgium and Croatia going quite far. I think so. They might have like an easier run.
She going Eden Hazard, right? Obviously.
It'll be Kevin De Bruyne if Belgium do well.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to pick someone else that's not Messi. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if it's England, then it's going to be one of the England boys, Kane or Foden maybe. But I'm not going to pick them. Let's go to the next award.
So I think we'll go for Golden Boot next, and I think I've got a road shout here, so I don't know if I want to go last or not. I'll see what you two boys are saying first. Ryan, you go first.
I haven't thought about this one at all.
Dan's the only one who's done prep on this. We've both not done our homework, so it's off the top of our heads.
It's off the cuff.
Yeah.
Off the cuff, I think their group's quite easy, and I think they'll go fast. I'm going to go Kylian Mbappe.
Mbappe, okay.
I would disagree with that, as I think France are weakened heavily without Kante and a few others.
I don't know. I mean Camavinga. And Chouameni. I think Kante's the least loss they've got. I mean, I love Kante, but
Well,
2022 Kante.
my main point was going to be that Denmark are probably better than France at the moment.
Okay.
It's close, but the other two,
And
which was it? Australia and
Tunisia, yeah. So
Tunisia,
I mean,
yeah.
Denmark and France will be the top two in that group.
Do you remember Harry Kane against Tunisia? And he scored one, but
Tunisia aren't
they're not
Tunisia
awful,
aren't
yeah.
awful. I think
Mbappe.
I mean, they've managed to qualify for the World Cup over like Egypt, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria, so they can't be a terrible side. My golden boot is going to be. I'm trying not to go Harry Kane because I want to go for someone else. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Messi. I think.
Messi, okay.
I think he's going to sweep both awards.
All right.
Usually how it works sometimes.
Probably, I mean, if he's top scorer, you're probably
Yeah.
the best player at the tournament. Now, hear me out. What is one word to describe the World Cup? I would probably use the word chaos, right? There's always craziness happening.
That's
at the
what I'm
World
trying to
Cup.
think. That's what I'm trying
Crazy
to
upsets, crazy
I was looking at
upsets,
all this
crazy
stuff.
games, crazy cup runs. Who is the most chaos footballer on the planet right now?
Darwin Núñez.
Darwin Núñez.
I can see it coming.
I can see it happening, and it's look at his group. He's got Ghana and South Korea. I mean, they're
Portugal
not.
aren't great either.
Portugal. Also that game, Portugal Uruguay is definitely like a 3-2, and Núñez is going to get 2 or 3.
Sharp underdogs. Got Valverde.
I did have them in there, but I think they're too good to be an underdog. If you know what I mean. Like Uruguay always do well at World
Well,
Cups.
I don't know if you got it in there, but I remember for the Euros we did a black horse. Black horse, isn't it?
Dark horse.
Dark horse.
Yeah.
Black horse. A dark horse shout, and I think for the Euros, Dan went Turkey. So whoever he
did.
picks now is going to absolutely crash.
But in the
out.
back of my, what annoyed me more was I was going to go Denmark just as a Christensen joke, and I chose against it. I was like, no, I can't do it. That's a silly joke. And Denmark got to the semis. I was like, I would have looked like a visionary if I just backed my stupid.
I don't know who I went for. I didn't go for Denmark because I didn't go for Turkey. I think I went for someone like
I mean, Boyd went for
Switzerland.
Macedonia, so there's no point even.
Boyd went for Macedonia. Yeah. That was just we didn't even tell him to do that either.
But I'm telling you right now, Núñez, I can see him getting something like 4 or 5 goals in the group stage, and that being enough.
I mean,
because there's never really high.
Kane won it with 6 last time, didn't he?
Yeah, 6. I mean, it's not a lot.
Well, in 7 games max, I think it's quite a lot.
Actually, yeah, I guess so. There's 3 groups. So,
Yeah.
But there you go, Darwin Núñez. That's my road
I like that actually.
All right.
Yeah.
And then what I've got up next, I mean, we just touched on it. We might as well go for underdogs. So I think I've split it into 2. So I've gone for underdogs and overperformers. So obviously an overperformer would be somebody like Costa Rica in 2014, right? They were never going to win it. I would say underdogs is probably most likely to get to the final and maybe win it. Overperformers is somebody who you don't really expect to get out of the group but do quite well, get to the quarters maybe. So I think my underdogs to win it, I would go Netherlands. I just think they're a really
You're doing underdogs to win it instead of
Yeah.
underdogs to have a good run.
Yeah,
Should we do
underdogs
both?
final.
Should we do both?
Yeah, that's what I've done. So underdogs final or win it, overperformers, a really underrated team that gets like an unexpected team that gets to a quarters or even a semi if you're going crazy. But I think Netherlands, I don't know why, I've just got a feeling. I like their squad. They've got much better defenders than the last time I saw them. I mean, they've got Van Dijk, which also helps. I just worry about the keeper, really. That's my only issue. I can't even name who their keeper is.
Isn't it the...
I think they played Beach though or something.
No, it's the Ajax one, the 37-year-old.
Passphere.
I mean, it might be them this up. Yeah, that's my only issue. But
my underdog to win it is going to be... I'm going to go Belgium.
Underdogs.
See, I'm completely opposite with you.
I don't think anyone gives them a chance at all. I think Netherlands is a better shout than Belgium, but I'm just trying to be different to Dan.
Yeah. Be exciting.
Maybe I was thinking Uruguay, but again, I don't think they have enough to win it. I think if Kevin De Bruyne turns up, is Lukaku back? I think he's in the squad.
Yeah.
That's
not that he's a game changer.
No, but
I just worry about the defence. Their defenders are like the same players I saw like 10 years ago. It's crazy.
They're playing the Belgian league now, so
I'm actually surprised they haven't picked Thomas Vermaelen, even though he probably retired about 3 years.
That's what I think. I think people have just sort of disregarded them. And let's be honest, saying they're an underdog to win it doesn't mean I think they will win it. I think there's someone who people aren't. I'm not necessarily sleeping on, but I think they might do a little bit better than people are saying.
Right.
Again, I hadn't prepped this, but my underdog to win it might be a bit big, but I'd go Denmark. Because I don't see why they can't beat France in their group.
I should have gone Denmark. I should have practiced better.
And if Denmark were to win their group, not saying anything about further on, but in the quarters they may face England.
Who they probably
which I would not put them past beating the semis, who knows, from there on.
Yeah.
I think Denmark are my shout to... They could surprise people. I mean, they nearly did it at the Euros. What's to stop them doing it again?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's only extra time, wasn't there?
Yeah, and they were probably better than us in that game as well.
We've all picked 3 European countries that are all connected by borders. Not all of them together, but
there's so many waters over there.
I think actually no, Denmark has got Germany in between, but Germany, that's a team I've not thought about.
You can't put them at that horse though.
No, but I literally forgot about them in the whole of this day, thinking I'm like top scorer and my golden ball, but again, there's no one that pops to mind really for them. Yeah, so these are not necessarily to win it, but someone who's going to go do like a Costa Rica.
Yeah, just surprise people.
So I'll go first this time. My one is a little bit close to home, not that close, so it's England, but I'm going to go with Wales. I think that they're like a Burnley of the tournament. They just get results, not necessarily do anything pretty, but I think they get out of the group. I think the group's fairly easy against USA and who's the other one? Iran. Even though Iran, I think, slept on a little bit, but they're not going to go through. And Wales would get through in second place, which means they will play Netherlands most likely in the round of 16, who I can see, I don't know, this World Cup, anything happened. They got to the semi-finals, was it 6 years ago now?
Yeah.
I know they play a team that's slightly different team. I might say better because they've got a few nice youngsters in there they didn't have then.
And they've still got Gareth Bale.
And if they beat that Netherlands team, then who knows they could in the next round. And I reckon they could get. I reckon if they did like absolutely amazing, they could have another semi-finals appearance. That would mean having a really good run. So Wales are my underdogs to go far, who you may not expect to go far.
Okay.
Ryan?
I haven't looked at their route, but I haven't seen many people putting it through. I think Serbia could do well. Their group's obviously Brazil,
Switzerland,
but I think they could easily top Switzerland and Cameroon.
That's why I think Brazil might have a tough time getting on that.
I think Serbia could easily get second in that group.
And then you've got Vlahovic as well, who's
Vlahovic, Milinkovic, Mitrovic. Yeah, I think they've got a few birds.
Kostic.
Serbia always, Switzerland also fall into this bracket, but they're the sort of team people always underestimate, and they always get themselves. I feel like Serbia, maybe Switzerland as well, but I'm going to go Serbia. I think they always get themselves through.
Serbia. Okay.
And I think Serbia could cause anyone problems. I think they've got the players for it.
So that means Mitrovic is your top goal scorer for the World Cup?
He'll be second. He'll be still.
I did say Mbappe, but I think Mitrovic. I think he'll score a few, but him and Vlahovic will share them out, won't they?
Right. Well,
did he play two up top?
Probably not. I mean, I've gone for a very random one. I'm going to go for Canada. Okay. Now, I'm just thinking about it. I'm
It's like boys must
it's
have
their,
only showered.
it's their first ever World Cup. And teams that usually come to their first ever World Cup, and they're a massive nation, and I mean they've got some decent players. They've got Alphonso Davies. I won't name another one because I don't know anybody apart from Jonathan David. There you go. There's one off the top of my head. But I don't know. It's just sort of like it's just a feeling in my head where it's like a team that's never been to a World Cup before. Usually a team that's not that good starts the same 11 every single international, so you don't have to worry about people playing people out of form or like people out of rotation. Everybody knows their role in that team. I don't know. I feel like they could. I mean, they won't go to the quarters or anything.
I shouldn't say
Croatia group.
I think the other team in their group's a dark horse. Morocco.
Yeah.
I think they're a shout, but
I think Canada's group's too difficult.
Morocco give me Turkey vibes.
Really.
No, yeah. I'm not convinced by
Croatia.
Canada.
Oh, actually, to be fair, it's Croatia, Belgium, Canada, Morocco. Maybe I should have looked at the group, but I don't know. It's just a voice in my head telling me Canada. They just seem like they're built together. They've come through the qualifiers together. Do you know what I mean?
they can be like the My Wales shout. Not necessarily that good, but they'll just get results. Who knows?
Could lose all 3 games, and I'm getting kept up on TikTok, but why not? Okay, so now let's go from overperformers to underperformers, and I mean mine was Belgium, to be honest. For that exact reason, I think everybody's sort of saying like, they're always sort of dark horses to do decent.
Would that not be expected?
No, I think but I'm talking like underperformers to the point where, I mean, who's their group? Get Croatia, Canada. I mean, if Canada are my overperformers, maybe they come second and Belgium come third. Do you know what I mean? But their defence is just bad.
I know, but they're
really bad.
Say it's against Canada, it's a 0-0 game, and it's both teams are struggling to create much. Who's gonna get that ball and score the winning goal? Is it going to be?
But it might be something like.
Is it going to be Hutchinson or De Bruyne?
Nah, Jonathan David from a corner. Something crazy like that. I hate that everybody calls him David as well. Jonathan David sometimes. Yeah, he's born like Montreal. His name's David.
Although Montreal is French.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in just because it's the same group. My overperformer is Croatia.
Underperformers.
Do you know?
What?
Do you know this Belgium? Do you say
Belgium?
You just said Belgium was your overperformers.
No, underperformers. As in like they're not going to get out of the group.
Oh, yeah, I'm right.
Sorry.
My underperformers are Croatia.
Right.
I think they're crashing straight out. I don't see anything from them, and I've seen people saying,
how about in the Nations League? That should be a good tells.
I just think their team's so old.
Yeah,
it's
I thought the same.
What's new from their team from 4 years ago?
Well, to be fair, they did all right in the Nations League. I'm looking here. They won 4, drew 1, lost 1.
They topped the group, didn't they?
I can't see the tables, but yeah.
They topped the group.
Yeah, they topped the group with Denmark. They topped the group with Denmark and France.
It's kind of just off vibes. Like people are I'm going to get slated for this, but I just don't see Croatia doing well in this World Cup.
Well, I think Croatia still have one more good tournament in their locker. I think next one that'll be it for them.
I mean, they're going to start like Vida, who's about 40.
Yeah, I just think
Lovren as well. Lovren's going to start.
I think this is
these players like Pepe who can just do well in a tournament like this because they're just hard passes.
But Pepe was world class.
Yeah, true.
These Croatian players, they were never, apart from Modric, they were never world class. They were just decent.
Is Kovacic back? Was he not playing?
I don't even think he's going to be starting for him. He's been so bad this season. I think he's injured as well. He needs surgery.
I think this is the one where Croatia finally disappeared.
My underperformer, I'm going to go with the winner's curse. I don't think they'll go out in the group, but I think Denmark will top the group, and if they finish second, they'll be playing Argentina, who I think would beat them. So I'm going to go France as my.
I'm pretty sure France will be underperformers of the Euros as well, and you got that right. So.
Did I? Yeah.
I think you went on to
Yeah. And
they went out to Switzerland.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I mean, what is it? It's like 4 World Cups in a row where the winners have gone out of the group stage.
There's a nation we haven't mentioned who a lot of people are talking about. Apparently, their manager's terrible.
Portugal.
Close to home for Ryan, and apparently Portugal.
Yeah,
we never mentioned them as our winners or underperformers.
Fernando Santos is awful, but they'll get through their group. And
I think they're just nobody really expects stuff from Portugal apart from Ronaldo, but Ronaldo sort of made a mockery himself.
If they play,
but they were so bad at the Euros that nobody really cared.
If they play with Ronaldo like Man United do, and he's like their main man, then I really see them struggling. But if they bin him off and put like Felix up front where they can play more as a team. And I can see them do better, but they won't do that. Ronaldo will play every game, and they won't.
Captain, he's going to play.
Yeah.
But they'll get to they'll get to round of 16 at the quarterfinals. Nobody expects more than that from them, really.
Yeah.
I'll do the job for them.
So the next award, I haven't come up with this, but I'm calling it the Hammers Award. Do you know what I mean? Like, the unknown who suddenly just has a great tournament, goes for 60 million to Real Madrid.
James wasn't that unknown. He had a big transfer from Porto to Monaco.
But I don't think he wasn't a big name. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
I understand the award, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can pick someone who I don't know.
No,
someone you do know.
Yeah.
Who's not like. Yeah.
Who's not like a world stardom, but suddenly just sort of forced himself into that limelight. So I've gone for Lautaro Martinez. I mean, everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows he's a decent striker. But I think if he goes crazy, 5 or 6 goals, he will get that 100 million move.
Yeah.
He will get 100 million move to Barcelona or Real Madrid or something.
You see, this is where I wish I did my research, because off the top of my head right now,
I'm struggling.
I'm going through the teams and I am struggling.
It's just all the good players are already at good clubs. That's the issue.
It's got to be a youngster. It's got to be a young. I like someone like Leandro Trossard, because he's about 29.
Yeah. I mean, Cody Gakpo was my second choice.
What's he getting around?
Sorry,
That's the one thing that comes to my head, but
I said that, didn't
Let's. I'm going to go with. I think Bruno Guimaraes will have an amazing tournament, win it for Brazil, be an absolute superstar, and he'll be bought by Real Madrid next summer.
Okay. I mean, it's not outlandish.
I mean, I'm just trying. I can't think of anyone who's like. He's already like a big name in the Prem, but it's like a Serie A player or someone who's going to get a big move.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, Zielinski's old, but I think he could do a bit of a job for Poland. He's doing really well at Napoli at the moment.
Yeah.
But he's 29. He's not. If he was 23, he would 100% be my James Rodriguez shout.
I'm going to go for 2 different ones, both from the Eredivisie.
Okay.
I'm going to say Cody Gakpo as my real answer. Top player. He was already linked to Premier clubs in the summer.
Yeah.
He'll get his move, but I don't know if the World Cup has a whole lot to do with that, to be honest. He's been on fire for PSV this season already.
Yeah.
My slightly out the blue one, I still think he's great, and from the Eredivisie again, I'm going to go Edson Alvarez.
Okay.
Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I think he's due a move.
I mean, we threw around a 50 million bidding on deadline day for him.
And I think I think Mexico will come second in that group.
No.
Okay, we'll come to that, but I think Mexico will come second in that group. I think that could be enough to secure him a move to a top 5 league, to Spain or in England, to a La Liga or Premier League team.
I mean, that Ajax team was a lot of young. I mean, even that Kudus from Ghana could have a good tournament. He's been doing well in the Champions League this year.
I think Ecuador could come second in their group ahead. So that's why I'm trying to think of maybe a
I don't know any
Ecuadorian player.
Apart from Moses
Caicedo, who's already a big name, but he's not.
Well,
He's not as big as Guimaraes. I'll go Moses Caicedo.
How about we move on from that award and give you a bit more chance? Young player of the tournament.
I'm not going for Moses Caicedo.
Not good. Well, I mean, I was thinking, quite an obvious one, Musiala. I mean, on fire. Just brilliant footballer, really.
Again, it's boring, but Pedri at Spain, I think.
Yeah.
I don't see Spain winning it, but I can see them having a good tournament, and I think
exactly what they did for the Euros, yeah.
And I think he'll be like one of the main men in the middle there for them.
I'm going to go even more boring, but Vinicius Junior, with my Neymar player of the tournament shout.
So he counts as young
enough?
now?
He's under 23, isn't he?
I think 21 from.
Are we going 21?
We'll go 21.
I think he is still under 21.
I still think he is. He's 21, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Vinicius, I
21,
think.
Let's have a look. Musiala is definitely young enough.
And so is Pedri.
Vinicius Junior is 22.
Oh, he's just over.
Yeah. Just actually got 6 months.
Oh, I've got to rethink it. Who else is good for Brazil? It's not Brazil. I'm struggling now. Put me under pressure.
You could go for Pedri's little brother.
Or Gavi. Does he even start for Spain?
Yeah. It's
Does
Busquets, Pedri and Gavi they play.
Luis Enrique loves Barcelona players.
Is there any French or Brazilian players under that age?
Martinelli?
Yeah, Camavinga's a good shout.
Camavinga's pretty good.
I think Camavinga, especially with Kante's injury, I think he's guaranteed to start in that 3 with Tchouaméni and someone else.
So you're not going for a France early exit?
No, but I said Mbappe for my golden boot. I think they have. I'm not saying they necessarily have an outrageous tournament, but I think they'll do all right. I think that'll be long enough for Camavinga to get his name into that hat for young player of the tournament. So I'd go Camavinga.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have a names in there. I'd like Javi Simons having a good year for PSV.
Yeah, I don't.
A couple of the Argentinian boys. I mean, Julian Alvarez might start every game. I don't really know who Argentina's striker is apart from Lautaro.
Alvarez would be if he's coming off the bench.
Alvarez, I mean, he scores goals. And the other one, the Benfica midfield, Enzo Fernandez. He's had a great
Uruguayan, isn't he?
He's
he is Argentinian. Yeah, I mean, he could have a good tournament. He could be the Hammers one. He could have a really great tournament and go for big winners. He's only just joined Benfica.
I hope he doesn't. Fingers crossed.
What did you turn?
We could have signed him and tell him what he didn't. So.
Oh dear.
Oh really?
Yeah.
A lot of teams could have. I think Man United were also linked with him. I think Rangnick suggested him, and Man United were like,
So I'm guessing that's it with the.
That is all the awards I've come up with. So we had a wide array of people there. To be fair, I don't think we didn't double up on any choices. So.
I tried. Well, I would have.
Surely one of us.
I would have agreed with you on some, but I just want to be different.
Yeah. Surely one of us will look like a genius at one by getting one guess right out of like 30 guesses we did.
Yeah, exactly. So we're now moving on. I think this has been on the screen for the whole time. It might not have been. I don't know if Editor Dan's going to do it. But it's been on our screen now. So as you can see, we've got all the groups here.
Yeah.
And before we start, I'd like to say to you two especially, as well as the people watching at home, I don't want to pick a boring pot 1, pot 2 winner, and then because that is just it's never how it goes. I see YouTubers do their World Cup or their Euro predictions, and it's literally the best two teams in finishing top 2 in every group, and it's just like, well, it's just not going to happen. There is going to be some weird ones. So when we do put some weird ones in, and you're like, no, that's not going to happen, it's like, yeah, probably not, but there is something weird going to happen, and if we predict it, then we're going to look like absolute geniuses. So let's start with the first group.
Straight with the day, and I mean,
this is not one where something weird's going to happen.
I think Netherlands are probably better than this slot.
I think Netherlands win the group. The runners up is going to be interesting.
Hard because I'm thinking you
can discount Qatar.
But I don't know whether you can discount Qatar because I mean, at the end of the day, their squad is just full of players that they just sort of picked from across the whole of the Middle East. They're just picking the players that they wanted, really. I think there's some Saudi Arabian born players. They just pick the best teams from the league. You can declare for Qatar.
Yeah.
And I mean, they won the Asia Cup a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Did they? Yeah. Oh yeah, they did.
And the hosts always do seem to do well, such as Russia last time got to quarters.
I mean, it's quite different saying home support for Qatar because I mean they're not really football fans, but it's still some sort of. I mean, they might bribe a couple of refs. You don't know. Don't know whether you get arrested for saying that on camera, but I don't know. I don't think it's cut and dry. I mean, Senegal obviously probably the second favourites because they've won the AFCON.
Is Mane fit for it though?
I think they're struggling.
I would like to put Ecuador into second
because.
I don't want to go for Ecuador. I think Qatar. I think Qatar is my random one.
Before Mane's injury, I was Senegal 100%.
That's what I'm thinking. But I think surely it's Ecuador, no?
No, I think Qatar.
I think, but
if we're going,
you obviously don't. I mean, I don't watch that much South American football, but you obviously watch zero because they've qualified. Only 4 South American teams were allowed in this World Cup. It's only Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Ecuador. So they've finished above Colombia and Chile and Paraguay. All nations who are staplements in
Paraguay are stretching it.
They're not great.
They're always at the World Cup.
They're always at the World Cup.
Chile and Colombia are good teams.
Ecuador are a good team, and they're better than Qatar. And I think if a little rogue shout, you put them above Senegal as well.
Yeah, I mean, I also just think that Senegal are having the worst goal in the league at the moment, and one of the worst centre backs in the league doesn't help both the Chelsea players.
But in this tournament, they're still going to be well up there as one of the best. Koulibaly is one of the best centre backs in the tournament.
It's slower paced, isn't it? It's
not the Premier League.
We could put Netherlands, Senegal, England, Wales,
and also
France.
Yeah, and I understand. But do we have to go different? I don't.
And also, if we're going Qatar here, that means England play Qatar, which is never happening.
Personally, I don't think this is a group where anything different happens.
I think it.
We'll get onto the next group and I see something different happening. But
go through over Senegal.
This group, I just think it is Netherlands, Senegal, Qatar, Ecuador, or Ecuador, Qatar.
I'd rather play Senegal. I think in the round of 16 than Ecuador.
I think it will be Senegal.
But. So I think I'm just saying that Mane is going to be fit for it. So Mane will beat Ecuador.
Mane's fit, then I'm going to give it to Senegal.
We'll give Senegal, right? Group B. I mean, you want to just say it's an easy win, don't you?
I mean, look at the teams in that group. Wales, Burnley, USA. I mean, their whole team just stinks of. What's your word you like to use, Dan?
Unserious.
Unserious. Yeah, that's the word. Pulisic, McKennie,
Pulisic is their captain, I'm
Reina.
pretty sure.
Tyler Adams is a good player, but again, it just has unserious written all over it. So I think USA will actually finish bottom because I think Iran with Mehdi Taremi, I think they're a well-drilled team who, I haven't really watched much of them. I know.
Can't name a single other one of the players though, apart from Azmi. Maybe Yakambash? Does he still play for them?
Yeah, he's probably
not that he's actually any good at football, but it's just a name that I know. So I think we'll go England first, and then we're sort of fighting between these three, aren't we?
Yeah,
it could be any of them.
I think I'm going to stick with my overachievers. I'm obviously going to have to put Wales in there.
Yeah.
I
think it's the Gareth Bale effect.
People might not like. I think Wales finished bottom of our group.
I don't know. I still think it's
I
the
think
Gareth Bale effect.
Bale
I still think
they have more
nowadays-
serious players than Wales. To be USA.
I think USA third. I think Iran comes second in our group.
Really?
I think people underestimate
Iran.
People don't know their name. People don't know their
I'm
coach.
not backing Iran though.
But I think they're a well-drilled team.
I think Bale again has that De Bruyne effect.
It's
where
just the Bale effect.
They need a goal. Bale step up.
I don't think he's good enough anymore. I don't know.
Gareth Bale is like the Welsh. I don't know if you watch cricket, but he's like the Welsh Ben Stokes. Literally steps up whenever England need him in a big game.
Even when he's like 35.
Well, I'm outvoted here, so it's Wales through.
Yeah,
but I would personally go. I would personally go around.
Okay. We can maybe quickly run through our own ones after, just for intro.
Let's not have a conversation for first here.
Yeah, I mean,
don't need it.
Argentina.
We have a debate for second,
and the runner-up.
And then that's our debate because that's the one I disagreed with you on earlier.
I think Mexico.
I think Poland.
I think Poland with that they've got Lewandowski, Zelensky.
But Mexico just always gets to around the 16.
I think Mexico's team was decent.
I wouldn't say no to Mexico, but I'm not going to say I think Poland personally. But if you want Mexico, then
I mean, Mexico just always gets around 16, don't they? It's just their thing.
Right, this one is my Denmark.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
I said
and France were in Denmark in the same Nations League group like less than 6 months ago. Denmark got, I think I just checked it. Denmark got 14 points. France got 5. 5 points out of 6.
France scraped relegation ahead of Austria.
Yeah,
I think Denmark and France probably draw. I think Denmark
just comes out to
France will draw.
I think France might beat Tunisia and Australia like 1-0, 2-0, where Denmark might thump one of them 3-4, 5-0. I think
Denmark,
France
and France.
Australia.
We haven't spoken about this.
This is an interesting one.
It's quite tightly matched.
I personally think one of the big guns go out there.
I disagree. But
I've seen a lot of people saying Japan are underdogs. I mean, I never thought about that in my mind. I've seen a lot of clamour for Japan.
There's always a big nation that go out of the group stage.
There is.
Germany last time, Spain the time before, Italy and England as well. Yeah. Was it Italy in 2010 when after they'd won it? Did Brazil go out of the world in 2006, or was that when the trend started in 2010? I don't know. I can't think that far back. But there's always a big nation that goes out in the group stage. And I think Spain will win the group.
And also Germany are going to start Mats Hummels. I think everybody knows my opinion of that guy.
And I think Germany have another stinky tournament.
See, I think Germany top this group, and I think Spain are the team I'd be questionable about.
Nah, see, I just think Spain.
I think
Enrique's a good
manager.
Again, it might be different to what you said, but I personally think both of them go through. I don't think this is a group where there's any. I don't think this is an upset group.
Okay, I'm happy to say there's no upset, but I want
Spain
one big upset in this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not even joking. I'm being serious. Germany are going to start Mats Hummels. I think that alone is an error leading to a goal and a penalty.
But that's
guaranteed.
You said Musiala for young player of the tournament, and you think Germany go out. I think Germany.
I think Spain are wrong.
I don't mean it, but I think Germany could go far.
So I think Spain win the group. I think Spain beat Germany.
Okay, I disagree. I think
Spain win, and then what would you say? Germany said.
Yeah, after all that, I think I've been.
Okay.
I don't think Costa Rica are.
How be on record? No,
but Japan,
How be on record? If Mats Hummels has a terrible tournament, I don't want to see him step on the football pitch again. I've got the biggest agenda about.
How old is he now? 33.
He's never been good. I don't understand the hype. All right, now this one.
Belgium, Morocco
is a bit more crazy.
That's mine.
I think Croatia's top of the group.
But I don't think any of us agree on any of this, do we?
No, see, I'm saying Canada could go crazy.
Because I'm saying Belgium,
You're saying
Morocco.
You're saying
Croatia, Morocco.
Croatia, Belgium, Morocco.
And Dan's saying Canada.
It's hard, this one.
This
It's
is
a good
I
group.
think this is the most interesting group to look at.
Yeah.
I don't think Belgium are what they used to be. They're not.
Let's just forget about Morocco, respectfully. They're probably not.
But I think they come second. I think
Morocco's second.
I think Morocco go through.
Yeah, they're not going crazy over either one of these. They're not doing it, but
But
they're beating
but
one
Canada
of them.
have not. Canada's just like vibes. Everyone wants Canada
Canada
to
is
do well.
Dan, as much as you
Like you want them to do well, but they're
Canada
not.
is exactly the same as you, boy, trying to put Macedonia.
Yeah.
I know Macedonia.
right now.
You've got Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David,
Yeah,
and then a bunch
and-
of like they're all right.
No, and there are
Yeah.
other players that I know the names
Who
of.
probably
Who?
played
Go.
in-
I don't
yeah,
want to let.
this.
I don't know. Listen, like Chelsea are scouting them like secretly, and they're going to buy them. So I don't want to let the names out. You know, do you know what I mean?
I don't think Canada have
That's a
a hope.
secret.
Like I think people want to.
If-
People are saying Canada because it seems like it would be. I'd love them to do well,
Imagine if.
but I just don't see it. They're not good.
Imagine if Canada, a youngster like an 18-year-old, comes onto the scene and they get
Yeah.
to the quarters and
Yeah.
that they gets big money for Chelsea.
Listen, I'm going to put a bet on it. I'm going to bet a house on it. So what are we saying? Croatia or Belgium topping it then?
I think Croatia are better than
But I think
Belgium.
Croatia go out. Full stop.
They literally topped a Nations League group with France and Denmark in it. And you're
Yeah.
saying France and Denmark are going to have really good tournaments?
True, Jerry. But I just think Morocco go through. But that's maybe it's my Roman size loving.
Right,
But like,
everyone pick two and then we'll work it out. So my two to go through are boring, but I'm going to go Croatia and Belgium. Who are
Okay.
your two?
Belgium, Morocco.
And who are your two?
Belgium, Morocco.
His is Belgium, Canada, isn't it?
So we all have Belgium.
So Belgium,
So
yeah.
Belgium top the group.
Belgium top.
And then we literally all picked a different one as our second spot.
I mean, the thing is, you're saying you want an upset, if we're being boring.
Croatia's not that big of an
Yeah,
upset.
it's not.
It's not like
It's
I've
not
got
big.
one for later for an upset.
You want a big team.
I've got one later, which I think. Is
I think
gonna be an upset.
Morocco is probably the most out there shout. But Canada is worse than Morocco. It's just like people want Canada to do well because it's Canada.
I'm gonna go with one of your teams.
I mean, Morocco have a better goal. I mean, Morocco actually have a goal I've heard of, Bruno, which also.
And they have
I think
a solid defence as
I'm
well.
going to go Morocco, even though I think Croatia will top the group.
Yeah,
because
okay.
it's not.
Be a bit more
It's
interesting.
not only my one. I think Morocco.
So here we are:
Brazil.
Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Canada.
I mean, hear me out, right? If it happens, I sound like a genius. But if there's any group where I think Serbia and Switzerland are two decent teams. If this Brazil team, because let's be honest, Brazil have an amazing team, but none of us three, or many people watching, have probably watched much of Brazil in the last 2 years. I think the last game I actually watched was the final against Argentina, where they lost 1-0, so I didn't really see much of them.
Yeah, that's the last time they lost as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, who do they play? Like,
They probably played Ecuador, aren't they?
yeah. I think Serbia and Switzerland could both go through in this group.
Yeah, nah.
But I as much as
Just 'cause I
I'd
think-
love it, but I've also Neymar's my player of the tournament. Vinicius is he was my original
Brazil
shape.
are top of the group, let's be
I
honest.
think it's.
But I think if there's an upset, it could be.
I
could be
don't think
that.
I don't think Brazil have this many tournaments
I
back
think-
to back. They're still Brazil at the end of the day.
But
It's like Real Madrid.
I
It's
think
like
that-
Real Madrid. Like Real Madrid don't go that long.
I mean, they got to the
without
final.
winning the
They
Champions
got to the
I
final
think-
2 tournaments.
But I think Group F could be the one. I wouldn't be entirely
Brazil,
surprised if Croatia
they
did go
was-
through over Belgium. But I think Serbia good. Serbia, my dog. I think Serbia has some great players.
League. Yeah,
I think
I'm happy
I
to
think
go
Cameroon.
there.
I think Cameroon are. They're all right, but I don't think they're a conversation in this. And I just think Serbia are better than Switzerland. to be
Right.
honest.
Let's.
So here, I want to go Uruguay. top.
Uruguay,
I think they're
I
a
know.
better team than
Yeah.
Portugal.
and I'm going Portugal to crash out completely.
I wouldn't be surprised
I wouldn't.
if you were to say South Korea second. I wouldn't entirely be
Yeah,
surprised.
Korea are a well-drilled team.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed it the last
They
World Cup.
beat
They're-
Germany.
and also Human Sun plays.
And they've
And
got
also
two-
Ghana aren't terrible.
I don't think Ghana have
Kudos,
a,
like, I don't know.
I don't think Ghana
Yeah.
have a well-rounded
Also,
squad.
Korea have like one of the best players in the Premier League in
Yeah,
Hwang Hee-chan,
so,
yeah.
Anyway.
Correct.
And Kim
Yeah,
and Kim, even
I'm
Kim and
happy-
Jai. Kim and Jai
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
I mean, again, the Portugal team is stacked, but I think
But their manager is clueless.
And we
Yeah.
didn't mention any Portugal players, so we don't have a.
I still
Yeah.
think Portugal will go through. But
Yeah, but
if
I wouldn't be surprised.
if there was one team to go out, I would say Portugal.
Yeah.
I think they're the big team. I think we're in the biggest.
That's why they're my team.
So our biggest upsets at the moment.
Croatia
are
going out.
Croatia going out, Portugal going out.
Those are the two.
France not topping their group.
France not topping the group.
And that's it. I could see that as a genuine.
So I think our closest ones are basically we're saying that Japan could beat Germany,
or Spain. I mean, Ryan thinks it's Spain.
Yeah.
I mean, that group we've spent the most time on.
That could be anything.
Very evenly matched. Yeah.
I also think the England group is. I think that could go anyway.
What, even England?
Yeah.
I don't think we're that
every single
safe.
group has like a favourite, and then everybody else is sort of level. Like these three are
That's-
basically the same team, aren't they?
I feel like Serbia, Switzerland, and Brazil have been in the same World Cup group like 4 times in a row.
Well, every time I look at the World Cup,
so France, Denmark, and Australia were in the same World Cup group last time.
I feel like
and they had Peru in it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure France, Denmark were in the same World Cup group or same Euros group time before.
I just feel like I've
So
seen.
they always beat each
I feel like I've seen Brazil and Serbia in the same group so many
we happy
times.
with
Yeah,
group,
and
so-
Switzerland, yeah.
I think we're happy.
2010, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, do Wales have the Bale factor to beat Netherlands? I mean, Wales. I mean, it's
Do we have-
Bale factor against Van Dijk. I think that basically ends it, doesn't it?
I mean, but then so I can see it being a
I just-
0-0
I'm
and
struggling-
Bale scoring a free kick and then 118th minute.
I'm struggling to pick an upset here, which I know we don't have to do, but obviously we.
I think this is my upset.
The World Cup doesn't go to plan,
I think this is my upset.
and I look at this and I don't see many upsets, and this could be the one.
Well,
I
there's
could
always an
pick.
upset.
This is the one
If
I
you
look
looked
at.
at Spain, Russia
Yeah.
last time out, you would have gone Spain.
And
but
this is-
Russia beat them on penalties.
This is the one, or that last one, are the two that I look at and go.
Well, there's a couple of good ones on there. There's a couple of certain.
Yeah, but 7, like, there's no upset there. Like,
Oh, look at that match, by the way.
That's a big one.
I think Wales for me.
I
I think.
Wales.
I still think I edge Netherlands because I think
That-
they have a good tournament.
I think it's just Van Dijk against Bale. Like that's it. Like
Yeah, well, obviously I think Netherlands
I
would
also-
beat Wales, but I'm just trying to think.
Am I
there's
look-
always an upset. It's not going to be the.
Am I looking at this from a clean
winners,
slate? Because obviously I don't think Wales go through. And from that point of view, I have to say Netherlands. But if I'm looking at it from a clean slate, if Wales do go through, I think they could cause some problems.
The beauty about this is there's no 3 teams. It's literally 2 teams, so there's always going to be someone.
I think Netherlands win that just.
Right, Argentina, France.
Well, France are my flop,
yeah.
so I'm going to go with Argentina and Messi.
I'm not opposed against that.
I'm the opposite. I never said it because I didn't want to, but I don't think Argentina will do that well. Everyone's wanting it. Everyone's like, oh, we'd love it.
That's true. There's always the team that everyone says they're going to do super really well, then they don't.
Everyone's like, oh, they've got Martinez and Romero at the back now. And Martinez in goal. Lissandro and Emiliano. They're both like, oh, they're gonna do well. They want Messi to win his World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't think Argentina. I mean,
But you're outvoted, so.
but yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But I would
So
personally pick
when
France.
they win it, and we're going to clip that.
When
Argentina crash out in that match, then you can clip.
When Argentina
us
win it, I look
through.
stupid. But I think they're the ones that aren't going to do as well as people
Right.
say.
I mean, we can't go out to Senegal, can we?
No, so we're just going to go.
But we will lose the next game.
Just shoot from the halfway line against Mendy.
Yeah.
Denmark, Mexico. I mean,
I love Mexico, but it's Denmark.
Mexico are going out in the round of 16. Yeah, again.
Yeah, that's I think it's their classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 World Cups in a row they're going out in a round of 16. Like, it's actually crazy. And this one,
I can see being an upset.
this one is the most likely.
I can see Spain.
They're both
I don't think they
Mediterranean
score
teams.
too many goals. I think another 0-0 and penalties will see them say goodbye.
Maybe a Hakim Ziyech screamer, if he's even made as well, because I know he's fallen out with the manager at one point. Not that he's any good.
I mean, I personally, I was on the side of I think Spain could go out. So yeah.
Yeah,
I think Morocco can do that.
And then I think is that going to make it Denmark and Morocco?
No, I think it's going to make it Morocco, Brazil.
Oh right, okay.
And Brazil wiped
Brazil,
the floor with
Korea.
that.
Did Korea beat Brazil a few World Cups ago?
No, they did. They lost to Brazil in the semis.
No, I swear.
In 2002,
not the
because they hosted it in 2002, and they got to the semi-finals. It was them or Japan that got to semi-finals. I think it was Korea, and they lost to Brazil in the semis. I think, or they lost in the semis. Search it up. I've looked at it recently.
I seem to remember like Maicon scored like a goal from like the corner flag.
What, you were like 3?
They Brazil. I'm just trying to search up. South Korea played Brazil in June and lost 5-1. So
The Maicon
Just look at 2002 World Cup on here.
the Maicon byline goal was against North Korea.
that's the one I'm
in
thinking
the
of.
2010 World Cup.
No, it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm
Brazil
getting
won.
completely confused. So we'll probably have to go Brazil here then. me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hwang Hee-chan is the best player in the Premier League, but Brazil will still win.
If Korea, I'm going Korea, but I'm outvoted, obviously.
I just have to. I think when it gets to I don't think there's many upsets in the knockouts. The group stages is where the knockout was where the upsets happen most of the time. I mean, Belgium, Germany. I mean, I don't like either of these two.
I said Germany. I think Germany are one to watch out for.
Okay. I mean, Hansi Flick is quite a decent man.
I think just Germany, yeah.
Okay, and then Uruguay.
I'm gonna get outvoted, so I'm not gonna say. But I think Serbia could cause problems here. I don't think Uruguay's defence. I can't name any of them for a start.
But they got Fede Valverde, and they
got Fede Valverde and Darwin Núñez. But if Darwin Núñez doesn't turn up,
yeah, but Uruguay never have good defenders. They just Uruguay just sort of chuck like a bunch of guys from like their own Uruguay league.
I mean, they knocked out Portugal last time
because they're so they're literally just like aggression and chaos. Uruguay are perfect for World Cups.
Personally, I'd say Serbia, but I'm going to get outvoted.
I'm going to go Uruguay. Yeah.
We'll go Uruguay. So I think that might throw up some interesting ones.
England, Denmark again.
Again, that's an cause. So Netherlands, Argentina.
Repeat. It's no repeat actually.
No, but I think Argentina just always seem to have the mental edge over Netherlands.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if they played that big game before.
But it just seems like once Netherlands get to this stage, they always sort of play well, but get beaten by the team that are still favourites. They don't really beat a team they shouldn't beat, Netherlands.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think we go in Argentina.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Morocco. But I think Morocco already had their upset for the tournament.
Yeah, they got beat Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then.
I think we'll crash out.
I was going to say, can I say
it's the most Englandy thing.
Can I say that wearing this shirt? But I think
it is very Englandy to go out to Denmark, isn't it?
I think Denmark would.
Especially I think they'll get their revenge as well. Yeah. I think Denmark will beat us, and
I mean,
if we get the sack, yeah.
We might get hated for that, but it's the most Englandy thing at World Cup I can see.
Yeah.
And then Germany, Uruguay. I mean, I reckon Uruguay. They're just violence. They're just chaos.
Germany I don't think they're going to do well. I think Germany will crash out. Yeah, we're going for three South American teams.
And Denmark. What is this? Because I would easily say Germany. Because I personally think Germany will do all right, but I'm outvoted again.
I mean, the South American team hasn't beaten a big
Uruguay
team in a.
But they're just chaos. I love teams that just.
But chaos doesn't win every match. They won't be chaos. They won't.
Who did they? I forgot who he got and beat with.
Serbia, which is like that's just me being.
Germany beat Belgium, so but.
I mean,
I'd go Germany.
You'll go Germany. So it's entirely up to you, Joe.
I like to be a little bit different and just think anything could happen in the World Cup. And I don't think this will play much of a factor because I think the stadium's at aircon, but it's going to be quite hot. I'm going to Uruguay. Sorry,
Uruguay.
Just I think
look at that is a ridiculous second semi.
Oh dear, one of them two in the final. Are you joking?
Are you meant? I mean, it's. I thought that was meant to be.
We have made a mistake here.
Yeah, we have.
You can't go back now.
But I thought that first semi was meant to be the final.
Yeah, or we have to back it up.
And in my opinion, Brazil walked that.
I think Brazil will beat Argentina.
I think Argentina for me.
2-1. And for this one, Denmark is so much better than Uruguay.
Denmark will beat Uruguay.
Denmark is so much better than Uruguay.
I cannot believe.
How is this the final?
I cannot believe we're about to have this on YouTube for public viewing.
Why am I here?
Oh, World Cup final.
This is not what I turned up for.
Brazil against Denmark.
We didn't have Boyd's thing because we wanted a sensible
chaos. Denmark haven't beaten anyone good apart from England.
Yeah.
That's why England would be in this final.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that could happen. This round could happen.
It could happen. I mean, no one expected Croatia to get to the World Cup.
And Denmark are going to do Brazil in the final, yeah?
Yeah, and then we'll say what?
Argentina.
So Brazil and Argentina.
Okay, so wow. I apologise. I did not think it was going to go like that. I mean, we should.
Well, I'm happy with it because I did want it. It could go like this. And the World Cup throws up all sorts, and this is what it could throw up.
I mean, when it's the Brazil-Denmark final, come back to this video.
Yeah.
Oh my
I kind of want it to be a Brazil-Denmark final now.
Yeah, or a Brazil-Canada final, and I'm like literally flying off into the sunset, never talking to anyone.
Canada could have popped themselves in there, but
yeah. Okay. Well,
I think Denmark are one of the best teams in the world at the moment.
They are one of the Yeah. But I did not see that coming.
They're just so well drilled, aren't they? But oh god.
And that run, I can certainly see them beating.
They didn't have a tough run.
Who they beat? England.
So it's France. They topped the group because of France. That's what gave them. So it should be France there. That's why.
Yeah.
Because we're saying the reason they're in that final is because we're saying that they're going to beat France in the group, and then they have an easy run through.
And then they have Mexico, England,
England,
Uruguay.
And
none of them are easy, but none of them are hard.
Yeah.
So hear us out, okay? You may be shouting at your screens, but hear us out, alright? It makes sense. So there we go. So we have Neymar finally bringing the World Cup home to Brazil.
I think it'll be Argentina instead, but that's my personal opinion. I think it'll be Argentina-Denmark final.
Okay, right. So should we be a bit more positive about England?
Can you get up on your phone, Dan? That's a misplaced mine.
Yep. So basically, what we've done here is we saw a post on Instagram, which basically had the academies that the whole England squad.
We'll put it up on the screen now.
Yeah, well, I'll put it up on the screen. So as you can see, we've got 3 Sheffield United players, so Sheffield United Academy graduates, 2 of Sunderland, Coventry, Liverpool, Sunderland. I won't read them all out. Let's go team by team and try and see.
I know them, as I was the one who.
I know this.
So you know the answers.
I know the 2 Coventry ones. I know the 2 Coventry ones.
I'll read them out.
Okay.
How are we going to do it? Are you just going to shout them out, or?
Well, I think we'll just sort of we'll just
discuss
have to
it
work together.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Sheffield United.
So it's Maguire, Ramsdale.
Have 3.
Yeah. So it's Maguire, Ramsdale, and I don't know who
Walker.
the one is.
Walker.
Yeah,
Walker's from Sheffield.
That's correct. So that's the 3 Sheffield United ones. That was
okay.
2 Sunderland ones, again, pretty easy, I'd say.
Henderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Coventry ones.
I know. Maddison and Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
2 Liverpool ones.
Trent.
The other one is a bit different, but once you get it, you'll get it.
They're not going to count Sterling.
It's not Sterling.
I know
Stones
went to Everton. Was he from Liverpool originally, or?
No, Stones was from like Barnsley or something.
Oh, was it? I just
that was one coming out.
Which I think might be one of those.
Okay, he's
done
one.
Who was the
Who's Everton?
Liverpool player?
I'll go through the squad.
I could give you a hint, but I'll let you have a little more time thinking.
Is it? It's not a goalie, is it? No. I think Pope come from like Cambridge United or something. I'm really struggling here.
Ryan especially will kick himself.
Oh, Conor Cody.
Oh, there you go.
Should have got that instantly.
Yeah. I was watching you, Ryan. Like, you should get this.
Yeah.
2 Southampton ones. I can think of one. I can't remember what the other one.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I assume that's the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who else is in the squad.
Who else is Southampton?
I mean, I should probably get it. Should we get the squad up, or does that make it easy?
I feel like that makes it quite easy though.
Yeah.
Because I know where a few of them.
So I mean, Calvin Phillips is Leeds, right?
Yeah. Where's Ben White? He's Brighton, isn't he?
Was it Ben White?
It's not Ben White. No, it's not Ben White.
So you know the answer, right?
I don't know the answer, but I know it's not Ben White because it's.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh. Could it be Ben White?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get the squad up here. Does it say Brighton in that list?
Just put Ben White in because it might be Ben White because there's no Brighton here.
Is there not?
I think it is, but because I only remember him at Brighton. I mean.
So Ben White.
Paul is near.
Born in Poole.
Paul is Bournemouth.
That's not what I meant to do.
Just click up there.
There you go. Right.
Southampton. Right.
That's cheating, isn't it?
Yeah. Really.
I still got it.
Although it's the same as Declan Rice.
Yeah, he must have been about 30.
Man City.
That is Foden.
Phil Foden.
Yeah, obviously. There's another difficult one.
There's another City one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah. There's one more Cup of 2. After Man City.
Foden and Trippier.
Yeah.
2
Chelsea ones down.
That is Gallagher and are they counting Rice?
No.
So they're probably counting Mount then, aren't they? Because Mount's from Portsmouth.
Yeah, he never played Portsmouth Academy though.
No.
He played for something like Portsmouth, like.
I think we bought him when he was like 8, to be fair, actually, so that's probably been a bit dramatic.
Leeds.
Phillips.
It's one you should rattle on. West Ham.
Rice.
Villa.
Grealish.
Brilliant.
Tottenham.
Kane.
Who did you say?
I said Diver.
No.
Where was Diver before he
We'll get that.
Okay, that's up next.
Do they not count Arsenal? But that's where you didn't play for us.
Man U,
Rashford.
Arsenal,
Saka.
QPR,
Sterling.
Ipswich.
I was about to say Mings then. We didn't make the squad, did
No,
it?
he didn't. Thankfully.
Oh, it must be a goalie then, is it? Nick Pope?
Pope?
Yeah.
So I thought it was Cambridge United, but no.
We said it earlier. Barnsley,
That's Stones.
Birmingham,
Bellingham.
and then Sporting Lisbon.
That's Eric Dyer.
Did he not have a? Did he not
No,
go in
he grew up
England?
in Portugal.
He went to Portugal
Yeah.
young. Oh,
Yeah, he's
fair
I don't know
enough.
how old he was when he moved over, but I only remember, I didn't know that because I bought him on like my FIFA 14 career mode when he was like a holding mid in a sport.
I thought he started in England.
Yeah, look, so he started actually, it's a youth career from
2003. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
He says he's fluent in Portuguese.
He was only born in 94, so he must have moved there when he was 9.
Why haven't
Yeah.
we signed him yet then?
Yeah, I know.
to be
He was
fair.
awful 3 years ago. We could have signed him.
I know you probably might. You put he's your next.
Next kind of coach.
Yeah.
So there you go then.
Bald and plays in the middle of a back three.
That wasn't as hard as I was worried
No,
about.
that wasn't.
No, that was just a little bit of a brain teaser. I mean, you can play on if you
Yeah,
get it
I'll
quicker.
have the teams up there so you
At
can
home,
probably try
yeah.
and think before we do it.
Eric Jeremy Edgar Dyer.
That's
Nice
the
name.
most Portuguese name I've ever seen.
Shall we show the screen our?
Yeah, let's just bring it back.
Don't know where There it is. Brazil, Denmark.
Wait, how long have we been going for? Oh, we're going to be going for an hour. We don't really have time to do
We've
our
had some more
predictions.
cuts, haven't we? Though.
Should we do our quick?
It'll be
very,
quick.
very rapid.
So no
we'll do
talking.
our own.
So
Alright.
Dan, don't no like discussing why. Just do it.
This is literally just okay. So this.
I remember when
is
we bought it, we got Boy to do his Euros one, and it was
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, he took.
Fiction.
You just
He took
buy
his time
FIFA
doing
again,
it.
Dan.
What the hell was predictions? Oh, here we go. So, here's my predictions. I mean, it's probably going to be worse than. It's probably going to be worse than.
I reckon the
one we actually
combination.
did.
I reckon the combination will probably be the best one
Yeah.
Yeah.
because all of our idiocy put together.
Yeah.
I probably do agree that Denmark will probably top that actually. Okay.
So we have Germany.
Yep, that's definitely happening.
Ah, stupid.
Brazil, Serbia, I agree with that. Uruguay, I probably do agree that Korea will do that. The Netherlands will win that. Argentina will win that. England versus Qatar.
Qatar
That would
win
be
that.
I don't like that game
absolutely
at all. Yeah.
Spain, Brazil, Belgium, Uruguay. So we might have a more normal. Okay, here we go. So I still think Argentina, Brazil. Let's go for England this time. Actually, if I'm good at being patriotic. And Uruguay. So to be fair, it's not that different.
It's just England instead of Denmark, isn't it?
We definitely actually no. We would lose to Uruguay. So it's actually. I said Messi.
You picked Brazil last time. That's why I.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If you
Yeah.
picked
I
us,
voted.
I don't know. I did that very quickly. So I think. That's probably a more realistic one. I mean, it's 3 South America. That just looks like a Copa America.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, that's mine.
Dan's going with the South American teams.
Yeah, that was
Doing what
mine.
they've probably not done it in about 20 years. And
He's do like a 1, 2, 3, but
Yeah.
yeah. Right, come on then, Jay. You can make yours.
Right. I'll go with my Ecuador shout. Wales, obviously. Argentina, Poland, Denmark, France.
See, I do. We're all in agreement that Denmark are probably better than France.
Yeah.
It's just actually crazy.
I like the Spain, Japan sort of shout. Croatia, Belgium,
I thought you were about to kick Canada.
Serbia, Switzerland.
that's that is a mental one.
Uruguay.
You're either going to look like a genius or an idiot with that group.
That's my aim. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You've done the point there,
Wales,
like that comes out.
Wales beat
Argentina, England. Got to be Denmark. Belgium,
Look at that.
Serbia.
For 16.
Croatia,
These last 3 games would get
Switzerland.
no viewers, wouldn't they?
Messi. I told you.
I think the Denmark again, though.
Oh,
That is.
What is that
Look
for
at
a
that
second?
final
That
ball.
second semi-final again.
just it's probably better than the one you picked.
It probably was.
What was ours?
We
Denmark.
had Denmark, Uruguay.
But I didn't agree with Uruguay whatsoever. I thought Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be
So you
different.
that is that is a stupid fight.
Oh, let's go back. I'll go back.
No. You played your bet lying. You made your bet not lying.
You think Denmark in the World Cup?
Well, to be fair, they did it. You know, they won a Euros before.
Oh well.
I don't want to see this top three. I don't want to see it.
I've gone Harry Boyd here.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So there you go. That is Joe's.
Denmark winning the World Cup.
That is
Oh word.
that's pretty bad.
Like
Right.
we're not big time YouTubers, otherwise I'd be getting like death threats.
Yeah, you would be.
Right. Come on, everyone. I mean, Ryan's probably disagreed with every one of our picks, Joe. So
Yeah.
This is probably going to be completely different to what
He's
we
got
think.
Netherlands and Senegal.
Senegal. None of us went for
Here comes Iran,
Yeah.
Argentina and Mexico. I can probably pick it for him. He does agree with Denmark.
I just disagree with that one.
Yeah.
And this one.
I do think Belgium top there.
I thought he was looking at Ghana then.
I think Portugal get through still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate this as a second round game though.
Well, I said none of us had France getting it round past Argentina.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
None of us had France beating Argentina.
This is when they will. We've gone for all the group winners so far, right? How?
Apart from these two.
Apart from those two.
Serbia. You love Serbia.
I do. Oh, I've got Denmark. This is going even.
Oh my god.
Let's just go all the way.
Wow. Vlahovic is going to win the Ballon d'Or.
I can't. I want to be the temptation to click it, but no.
Vlahovic is actually going to win the Ballon d'Or. That was.
I think
crazy.
that. How have I got Serbia in the World Cup?
Wow. Okay. So.
I don't actually believe.
Ryan, you think
I don't actually.
I know you said they'd be your underdogs,
But
but
I don't.
I mean, he's fully back.
I sort of had a bit of banter with mine. You were proper serious of yours as well.
I feel like they do well, but I don't know how.
It was around the quarter final where he suddenly panicked and realised.
Yeah.
Oh no! What have I done?
Did I have them above them? I've had them beating Denmark.
Ah,
Yeah.
obviously not.
I think that's a 50-50, but.
No, Denmark are better.
Oh,
Well, there you go. Then.
We've both gone like Boyd levels of mental as well.
Well, it's because it's the
Well,
World Cup. The World
you
Cup's
did
a
yours
lot more
seriously
chaos.
as well, Ryan, and you somehow.
And yours wasn't.
Well, mine at the end, I should have picked Argentina.
Yeah.
And,
But the World Cup is a lot
That's
crazier.
what I mean, it's crazy.
a lot crazier than.
yeah, Serbia get the finals. Why not?
I do think Argentina will play Denmark in the final, though. I think that's going to be the final. That's a serious.
I think Brazil and Argentina.
just because of how that goes, I think they win the group, and then that's
It's an easy
their run.
It's basically Denmark or France. Whoever wins that group has a crazy.
I mean, before the 2018 World Cup, Croatia were like probably not as good as this Denmark team. Not as good, but as in they didn't have as much
They weren't
hype.
as on
I-
form.
And they got to the final.
I think Brazil and Argentina are clearly the two best teams. But if they win that, because they both win their group, they play in the semis,
Yeah.
which just makes the final ridiculous because that other side of the draw is all. If France lose, if
So
Denmark
again,
win their, if Denmark,
technically, sorry for interrupting.
that's right. If Denmark win their group, there's no, apart from England,
Yeah.
and we're not getting there. There's no big side in that side of the
And
group.
no one would be scared of facing England, either,
Yeah.
just from how we've played recently and sort of our history in the World Cup.
So that side of the group is like anyone's
But
to
also
go.
looking from an England perspective,
But it's
and we've all want us to lose to Denmark. But say Denmark do top the group, and we probably will play them in the quarters if that's the case. We win that.
we can win that.
Then we've
yeah.
got what? Serbia, Uruguay in the semis.
Maybe Portugal.
Maybe Portugal, is it?
Yeah.
Or Germany or Spain, maybe.
So it does work out well. I mean,
So we
basically-
could get to the final quite easily.
Realistically, though, we've all gone Denmark over France. France will probably find a way. They'll win it. They'll beat us in the quarters. It's a Brazil-France final. Brazil win. That's probably what
I
happens.
want to see something interesting.
But,
I mean,
like,
Yeah.
if I had to pick,
but-
an interesting final, I would go Brazil and Argentina. I would just love to watch that. I'd sit Neymar versus
Well,
Messi.
one of them's just
final.
going to have to finish second
second
in
in
their
the
group.
group. Yeah.
Yeah. But that would be ideal.
Serbia can beat Brazil. Serbia will do it.
Serbia are going to be the Turkey, I reckon, Ryan.
Yeah, probably.
I think
I've backed him too hard now.
if Samuel Eto'o was sat here, we'd like Cameroon winning it, but You have backed them so hard now that it's going to be embarrassing for you when they crash out.
Last tournament, I backed Portugal so hard because I'm half Portuguese, obviously. But
he's not. But
I'm also, so I'm basically half Portuguese. But they're awful, so they're going nowhere.
Well, just wait for this calendar masterclass.
Yeah.
So I think on those bombshells, we should probably wrap it up. So we've been rambling quite a bit.
We've got quite a few cuts in there as well, so hopefully it hits just over an hour.
Yeah.
But hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah. We have pretty much become an international football podcast recently. We will try and do some more Prem stuff when we get back.
When we want to pay attention.
It's just so boring for especially us three, as all our teams are doing so bad that it would literally just be me and Dan sat here moaning and ranting, and it just wouldn't be much fun. It'd be just miserable, and Ryan would probably do the same if he was with us.
We'll probably come back for Champions League, the European knockouts. That's actually something to look forward to for us for once. Yeah,
and the Conference League and this the Europa League. So we'll do that as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Ryan, where's the outro?
Here's the outro.
Lovely. Right, better go stop that camera. Boy, see.